Hey, Eastern Oregon, welcome to AM on EOAlive, your connection to Eastern Oregon on this September the 2nd, 2021. School started, September started. Crazy.
Yeah. You know why we don't have to introduce ourselves?
Why is that?
Because we got these corny names on the screen.
Yeah, what's your name? BCEOA. Yeah.
If somebody was watching for the first time, they'd be like, what is that? Like, what is BCEOA?
Yeah, because neither one of them are like real names.
Basically, my real name. I mean, it's
Dodsey,
been since I was
Dodsey and
13 years old.
BCEO. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing this morning, man?
I'm good. I'm feeling a little better. Trucking
Good.
along.
Yeah.
We got a big weekend of sports ahead of us. EOU volleyball plays. They open at home. Their conference opener on Friday against Bushnell, and then they play their rival, Corbin, who won the conference tournament last year after EOU went undefeated in the conference, won the conference, and then lost the conference tournament to Corbin. And then EOU football plays Saturday at home at 1 o'clock.
Who do they play this weekend?
They play Montana Western.
All right.
It's a big game. I mean, the Frontier Conference has 3 teams that could win the conference. EOU was picked to win the conference, but by the coaches. But there's 3 teams that are right there, man, and C of I being one of them. So I can't wait for that. I'm going to Idaho for that game, just so you know.
Are you? When is that game?
That game's like towards the end of the season, but I gotta go to that. I mean, I despise C of I, and we just gotta beat them.
Well, good. Well, let's get some sponsors for your trip.
Yeah, something. I'm gonna go for sure, regardless. It's on the weekend, so if anybody wants to sponsor it, I'll give good coverage.
Yep. Good
I'll
deal.
probably hook up with Johnny over there because he'll most likely be there. Depending upon what happens in Idaho, because Boise State released a statement today saying that if things keep going the way they're going, they're shutting everything down. Like they're gonna no fans, no nothing. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't know where that'll
were they shut down before?
They didn't have fans. I mean, they were, but Idaho, during COVID, Idaho was different. Like people didn't wear masks. That was the first thing Johnny told me when he got over there was, dude, nobody's wearing a mask over here. But they did have, I mean, obviously the schools were a little more strict. Like Boise State didn't have fans in the stands.
Yeah.
But they've already released a statement saying if things keep going the way they're going, they're shutting everything. They're just not going to let people go to games.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty bad everywhere. I mean, it is just, it's pretty
running
severe.
Rampant.
It is.
Would the word be rampant? Is that the right word?
I don't know. You're talking to the wrong.
Yeah,
dude,
I'm not an English dude. No way.
Yeah.
I think it's rampant.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think our numbers are improving slightly, but I mean, just as I look at the trend and stuff, but Matt Scarfo beamed into the city council meeting last night, and I guess they did a big testing event somewhere. And so he kind of did a warning. It was like, hey, because of this testing event or something to do with testing, they had to send a group of them out of town. And so he was expecting that this huge number was going to come back in the next couple of days, whenever it does. So
it hasn't yet.
No, I think so. Gosh. I think he was giving a little bit of a warning, like we're going to have.
That means Facebook's going to be flooded with.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna if I didn't have to have it connected, I would have disconnected Facebook a long time ago.
Yeah, I certainly thought about that a little bit yesterday. Is like, man, it is just so toxic. It's funny. We were horrible. We were offline, and Matt and I, and he was just telling me about some of the personal messages. Just hate mail that he's getting. Oh, it's just like awful. Yeah.
Well, even us, we've gotten some messages where like, dude, you don't even know. Like, you're just assuming stuff
Yeah.
right now. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the commissioners came out with a statement yesterday formally protesting the mandate part of not anti-vaccination, just anti-vaccination mandate, and there were people that were haters over that. So yeah, it is just
either way. There's going to be haters both ways.
Yeah, it's so polarizing right now. It's just crazy. So
yeah. Stop drinking that haterade and spread some love. That's what I say.
Yeah, be tolerant. Remember?
Yeah,
yeah.
We're all here together. We have to. I mean, we're here for like a little blip in time. Why waste it being mean to each other?
Yeah, it's funny. Benny and I took a little road trip, drove over yesterday, and we were just talking about how it's the relationships that people have. That's what matters. I mean, eventually it's all gonna, that's the thing that's gonna stick around. So,
hey, you didn't let Benny drive, did you? With you in the car?
No.
Have you ever ridden with him? He drives like a grandma. He puts both hands on the wheels like this, and he like stiff, and he goes like 7 miles an hour under the speed limit. Like if it's 25, he's doing 18.
Yeah,
he drives like a 16-year-old that just got their license.
Well, but that's kind of how Benny takes in information. I mean, he learns a particular way and stays with it.
Stays the course. Yeah. I'm like, Benny, you can go 22 and a 25. We don't have to go 18.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Corey. You're right. Spread the love. Yeah, absolutely. No, thanks for commenting this morning. Well, hey, let's look at the
weather.
Let's look at the weather. It's pretty outside, beautiful. Man. That's just one of those beautiful fall days again. Look at this.
But is fall really here?
Well, yesterday our weather kid mentioned that somehow. Gabe said something about the fall. I don't know if fall has officially started or not, but there's some little indication that is tripped. I don't know what that is. So
it's going to be another like San Diego type day.
Yeah, look at that.
High of 75, a little bit breezy. Going to be nice and sunny.
Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful.
It did feel like an early fall day though when I got up this morning and went outside.
Yeah, I mean when it's 50s, it's like, or 45, it's like, ooh, I should have worn a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing on except for shorts and a short sleeve. It was a little chilly in the car ride.
So tomorrow, Friday.
Oh, see, it's going to warm up. Look, 81. See, I think maybe it's just tricking us. I think we might have a little bit of summer left, like a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we got enough.
No, it has been very weird. It's just been, everything's been kind of turned on its head. You know what I just can't get over is like, where is the last year and a half gone? I mean, where did it go? I mean, we've just been so distracted by COVID and crisis and chaos, and it's just like,
it flew by. BC, you wore another one of those shirts that you got to find it's like I'm staring at it trying to find the sailboat in it. I can't find the sailboat.
You're dating
like
yourself.
People, That's from Mallrats. That's a movie. That's a Ben Affleck early movie. Kevin Smith, Mallrats. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it, you guys. It's funny. It's highly inappropriate. Don't get me wrong, but it's really funny.
And they're like staring at the paintings and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, he's standing there with a sack of lunch, just staring at the painting for like all day long. And these little kids come up to him and they're like, "Oh, look, it's a schooner." And he says, "It's not a schooner, it's a sailboat." And they say, "A sailboat is a schooner, stupid head." And he says, "You know what? There is no Easter bunny. That's just a guy in a suit."
Just tears down all of the all of the kid stuff right then and there.
Being able to see the picture and him not.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
When I look at those, in fact, I think I still have one on storage someplace, and you cross your eyes just a little bit. I don't know if And when
I've never been able to see them, but I'm colorblind, so that could be a problem.
I don't think it has to do with colors. It has to do with something else.
Hey, BC.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about Switzerland?
What?
I have no idea, but the flag is a big plus.
Yeah, you have to. I'm really glad that you're picking a little bit more obvious, punny jokes. Yeah, because it's like, oh, that's right. Yeah,
yeah, good one. Easy. Thanks to the internet, you can find anything on the internet.
Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, like I said, you probably have to sort through jokes that, like, no, I can't tell that one. Yeah, okay,
there are some. Yeah, there's definitely some ones that are. Yeah.
Well, anything else new or exciting going on?
No, EOU soccer plays today at 3:55. If you're interested in watching, you can watch it for free on the GSAC Sports Network, GSACSportsNetwork.com.
How did that particular sport slip through into the free world and the other ones are not?
So it all depends on the contract with the conference. And so like the Frontier Conference, Montana Tech, Montana Western, they play all their sports on YouTube for free. No,
do they?
No, YouTube. Yeah, EOU's the one that uses the EOU Sports Network, which is ran through an outside company. I think I'm not sure exactly if they still have the stretch deal or not. But
see, I thought it was a conference contract,
it's not a conference contract. No, because
it's an EOU.
Yeah, Montana. The last weekend's game against Montana Tech was on YouTube.
Huh.
I mean, you could watch it on EOU site. You'd have to pay for it, but
you could also see it.
Also see it on YouTube through Montana Tech.
Interesting. Well, that's
good. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that I pay attention, and I'm friends with all the parents now. I've kind of been around long enough that the parents of friend requested me on Facebook too, and they're the ones that post all the links to the free stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I don't repost it because I want people to support EOU sports, but I mean, I notice it.
Good. Well, hey, let's take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to have Patrick Flynn with us from Grand Ron Hospital Foundation. He's got an event coming up, and he's going to talk to us about it.
EOAlive is your connection to Eastern Oregon. Get the latest and most relevant news in 2 minutes or less with Megan Demersion on our evening news broadcast. We cover Eastern Oregon's weather daily with Gabe, the EOAlive weather kid, with an extended forecast every Friday. Watch Dodsey on EOAlive Sports to get the latest sports information and interviews with local coaches, athletes, and more. See Brent and Dodsey goof and gaff with local guests on EOAlive's morning talk show, AM on EOAlive. We're available across the board, including Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Fire, and of course, our very own website, EOAlive.tv. We even have our own Roku channel and 24/7 live streaming via Strim. You can also listen to our shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and many other popular podcast apps. You can get everything all in one place with the EOAlive app, available on Android, iOS, and the Amazon App Store. EOAlive, your connection to Eastern Oregon.
Hey, and we're back. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Let me add Patrick here. How are you doing this morning, Patrick?
Great. How are you guys doing?
What's up, Flinny?
How do?
I was looking for your for the promo for today because I was going to post it yesterday, and I could not find it. And I go, Benny, where'd you put that promo? And he goes, it's in the folder. And I'm like, I can't find it. And then I finally figured out it was under Patrick because I'm looking for Pat. Like, and my eyes are just looking for a 3-letter name. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's all I mean.
Yeah, because you guys knew each other in school, right?
Yeah. Since we were 7th grade. Yeah, right when I moved here.
Yep.
Wow. And
we used to have to wrestle each other. We've talked about that on a couple shows.
Yeah.
Like, he used to kick the crap out of me. I wasn't a wrestler, though. I just wrestled because I liked sports.
In your defense, you're a natural basketball player and had been all your life. Where I've been wrestling since
wrestling
I was 5,
was fun.
So yeah.
It's not that I didn't like it by any means. I just I didn't start early enough to be competitive at it.
Yeah, wrestling is one of those sports that Yeah, if you start early, you just have this bank of moves. I mean,
Yeah.
it becomes muscle memory, and I remember the first time they taught me to do a switch, and I'm like, how in the world is this going to work? I mean, it just didn't make any sense whatsoever, and because and those of you that don't know wrestling, that's like the very first move, one of the very first moves that you ever learn. But then when it happens, when you get it, it's like, oh, yeah. So
I have a brother. We lost Pat's audio.
yeah, it's okay. Well, do you try to? Can we hear you, Pat? We can't hear you, man.
Nothing. Anyways, well, so my brother and I mean, anybody with a brother knows that we're 15 months apart. We didn't wrestle though. We threw hands. Like there was no wrestling involved. We just punch each other. Like we were only 15 months apart.
I think we hear you now, Pat.
Do you? Okay. I don't know. My headphones, between my Bluetooth headphones and my iPod headphones, they just always crumble out right when we need them.
Yeah. Now, are you a ref for wrestling? I know you were for a while.
Yeah, I was for a while. I haven't been lately just because I've been so the time to spend on being able to do that. But being around the sport, you see kind of the advancement of it, and new stuff that's going on. It's pretty cool to see that.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Well, hey, so you have an event coming up. I don't know. Once you start, tell us a little bit about the foundation, what it does, and what its purpose is, and then talk about this event that's coming up that you guys have going on.
I know your audience sees my mug on here quite a bit, and so I appreciate everybody, listening and seeing, and for anybody who hasn't heard, the foundation is a fundraising entity to support Grand Ronde Hospital and patient care equipment, projects, capital, things like that. And so each year, we pick some projects that we feel are, important to the community and important to our patients. And we have some fundraising events that go around that. And next Saturday, September 11th, will be our GRH Foundation Golf Scramble. And it's going to be out at the LeGrand Country Club. And it's going to be a ton of fun. We have a lot of fun with this. There's a lot of cool ways to win, a lot of cool things to win. And we want people to just come on out and have fun, and really encourage them to participate. And you don't have to be a good golfer. As a matter of fact, I encourage mediocre golfers to come out. Even maybe a bad golfer, a bad golfer paired up with a decent golfer, that works out pretty well. You'd actually be surprised how well you can do in a scramble with that combination. But we love to have people come out and support the hospital. There's going to be a silent auction and raffle that non-golfers can participate in. So basically anybody, and you don't even have to come to the event. You just go on to our website and participate in the auction and purchase raffle tickets and things like that. And this year we're raising money for some what's called a torch, which is a UV ultra high frequency UV light that can disinfect rooms and spaces and things like that. Really, these things have been invaluable throughout the pandemic. And, they go in addition to when our EVS, Environmental Services team, comes into a room, they do their job, and then they roll these things in, turn them on 10-15 minutes, and it does a fantastic job of doing additional cleaning, kills viruses, bacteria, mold spores, all kinds of stuff like that. We're also buying new signs, patient signs. If anybody's ever been in any of our rooms, either on med-surg or ICU, there's boards there, and they write the patient's name on there, and kind of what the plan is, and who the nurse is, and everything else like that. And so we're going to be replacing those, because right now they're old whiteboards and they get kind of done, scringy, how whiteboards can get.
Yeah.
So we're going to have nice glass ones that are going to be custom made for us, and we're going to replace those in the ICU, which is going to be great for communication to care teams and friends and family that are visiting and things like that. So that'll be a nice upgrade for those rooms. And then we're also going to be adding a new communication system called Well Health that will allow for people to do text-based communications from any connected device, and it will be encrypted from end to end. And so when you talk to a nurse or a provider or somebody who's doing scheduling or something like that, you'll have a real dynamic conversation. It will be completely encrypted. So that way, no outside entity can see it, because medical information can go across on there. But then what's also really cool is that those conversations then get attached to your electronic health record. So that way your provider or nurse or whomever can later look back at that conversation and see exactly what was said. So that way, they can have a true record of what was going on and what you were asking and that kind of thing. And that's also going to be important for our new mental health services that we've recently rolled in as well. So that's going to be a cool upgrade, and that's coming soon to a hospital near you.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's show the little promo video that of your event. That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Patrick Flynn with the Grand Ron Hospital Foundation, and we're teeing up for our annual Foundation Golf Scramble, sponsored by Pepsi Cola and Norco Medical. Ooh, I'm happy with that one. First thing you need to know is anybody's welcome to come out and play. Anybody from beginners to pros, like me. Where is it? Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a gimme. Part. There it is. This year's scramble has some amazing prizes. Our hole-in-one winner could walk away with a new car. And our putting contest winner will get this brand new Traeger grill. For those of you who aren't golfers, or if you can't make it out to the tournament this year, you can still donate by checking out our online auction and raffle. Look at the link below. To put it simply, the Foundation's goal is to get GRH and its amazing staff the right tools for the job. And it's because of donations from community members like you, we're able to deliver the best care to every patient. To register you and your dream team for this year's scramble, simply click on the button below. And I'll see you on the 19th green.
Nice.
That looks fun. Are you left-handed?
No. So I golf and bat left-handed, but I'm right-handed on everything else. So,
I knew that.
Be Wade Boggs, guys like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. When my dad handed me a baseball bat when I was a kid, he's like, okay, do whatever feels natural, and left-handed worked. And so that's the way I went.
Wow.
How many times did it take for you to make that putt? That looked like about a 12-footer.
A fair amount, but not as many as you might think.
He ain't going to disclose it.
Yeah. I don't know, probably 20 times. I mean, it's funny, like a majority of the time I would lip it. It would literally be like you couldn't get any closer and have it not go in. And that happened tons of times when I was just so frustrated. And, it's like, okay, adjust a half inch this way, adjust a half inch that way. And, finally it just happened. It's like, okay, we got it. Let's do it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun making that.
Yeah. And when you kicked the little 1 foot putt in, were there a few takes there? I mean, that looked pretty smooth.
Really?
Yep.
That was only like a foot putt, though. I mean,
Yeah,
He
but he
probably
did it.
nailed
You
that.
did it so carefully. I mean, so
Well, I got
carelessly.
enough feet. I can probably just, it would have happened no matter what. So,
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot in scrambles.
kicking it in. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
We're close.
yeah, that's a gimme. That's like 13 feet. It's a gimme.
13. Well,
When he
actually,
says that anybody can win, he's right, because I think my team got second last year and it was a team full of ringers.
yeah.
I'm serious. Like it was
just
like
the way the scoring goes is that you could have a stacked team and actually not win, even though you may like. So there's net score, gross score, and then it gets balanced out based on potential handicap and things like that. So yeah, it's really cool how you can win. But then there's also tons of other ways to win besides just having the best score. Like I mentioned, the Traeger grill and things like that.
So for someone who doesn't understand what a scramble is, and I kind of do, I don't know, describe, I'm sorry, in really simple terms,
Okay,
how that works. Yeah.
think of it. Well, there's a lot of different,
Okay.
a lot of different ways to score, but basically you'll have a team of 4, and they could have a wide range of abilities. It might be a team of you and your buddies, or if you signed up individually, it might be a team pieced together off of the whole roster. And so you'll have your team of 4, and essentially it's you take the best ball. So if you hit a drive and it hits good and solid down the fairway, 250 yards, but say I hit a bomb but it's slightly off the fairway, and then Dodzy hits it barely goes off the tee box, we'll go, okay, which of these shots do we want best, or do we like the best? And so then we'll go from that ball. And then at least once during the 18 holes you have to use everybody's drive at least once. So if we know BC is not a good driver, but he gets a decent one on hole 4 or whatever, okay, we want to make sure we take his right now, get that one done and taken care of. And then so then everybody shoots from that ball, and so then you take your next shot from there, and then you decide, okay, which one's the best one, then take the next shot from there. So potentially you could wind up getting a pretty low score. So say if I normally shoot a 96 on average, our team could wind up shooting 8 under or something like that, and so the scores will look kind of artificially low. And then also we have for our particular tournament, we have what's called the championship pack. I affectionately call it the cheater pack, to where you get mulligans. So basically you get do-overs. So if everybody shoots a crummy shot for whatever reason, you basically get a do-over. Or you also get what's called the putting string or cheater string, to where like Kyle said, if you have like a really long putt and you're really not sure of it, you can measure out that string and then cut it off, and then you throw that portion away that you used, and so then you have a gimme. So that counts as one less that you wouldn't normally have to shoot. And so those are other ways to lower your score and stuff like that. So everybody wants to buy that championship pack or cheater pack, so that way they can lower their score. And they get some other goodies in there too.
So that's something they buy. That is.
Yeah. It's in addition to the entry fee, but it doesn't cost very much at all. And you also get some extra goodies and stuff like that in there from our sponsors, Pepsi and Norco. Fantastic sponsors. We want to give them a big shout out. They supply some cool prizes and stuff like that, and some neat gimmies. Pepsi brings beverages and stuff like that, and we really have a lot of fun with it. And so definitely want to give them a big shout out. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And so like I was saying, I mean, even if your team's mediocre, and say you don't have a handicap or something like that, you can still go out there and score really well and actually be pretty competitive, just the way the score goes.
Yep. Or you could have a team of ringers and not do very well.
Right.
Yeah. How does that happen? Does everybody have just a crummy day?
No.
Well, I think
someone else has an exceptional day. Yeah.
I think in their case, they all, if I remember correctly, Kyle, you guys golfed pretty okay. It wasn't exceptionally good, wasn't exceptionally bad.
No.
I got a fun story around that. I'll tell you in a second. But yeah, I think there was another team that just, for whatever reason, killed it. You know, they had some really great lucky shots and just happened to get it. And so they won I think they won the net score. Because I think you guys got gross score or something, Kyle. But
yeah,
anyways,
I don't remember, but that's part of the fun of it is anybody can win.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because like the serious golfers, you'll talk to them, you know, as they make the turn or something like that. You'll be like, okay, how's it going? Blah blah blah. You know, how's golf going? And they'll be like, it's terrible. Well, how you shooting? Well, I'm 2 under. I'm like, well, that's pretty darn good. You know, don't knock.
Right?
Like, one hole they got a bogey on or something, you know, and so they'll totally knock it. But it's hilarious.
We had a fun time. We were a little bit distracted. One of my teammates like got a phone call right in the middle of the round saying about COVID. Because that was right during the, you know what I mean? Like, and so it was a little distracting, but we still had fun.
Yep, it was a good time last year, and you know, we'll definitely be able to do the same this year. So yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. We got, you know, everybody will have lunch, you know, nice picnic lunch. We'll be able to eat outside and everything, and yeah, it's just going to be a blast. And putting contest, you know, you buy in for $5, you get 3 balls to hit 2 putts. And then you advance to the championship round if you sink both of those putts. And we have a guaranteed winner. So on the championship putt, whoever gets closest, it's a long putt, it's like 50 feet. Whoever gets closest will win that Traeger grill. So that's going to be a pretty cool prize. We're looking forward to giving that away too.
Nice.
And people can enter the putting contest without entering the other thing, or is that an add-on too?
Yeah. Just show up and buy in for $5. Yeah, don't have to participate in the golf tournament, and you can buy in. So
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, if you want to go in and drop $50, you can.
Yeah, people get a little bit oiled up, and then they end up spending like $100 trying to get this putt in from. I mean, it is like a cross country putt, and it's not easy, and it's so funny to watch. Though I love it. I love this.
So then people can buy multiple tries. Then so $5 to get like a carnival ride almost. Exactly, or a carnival game. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we had a couple folks last year put some pretty good money in there and made the championship round, but you know, maybe ultimately didn't win it or something. But last year we did a 65
TV,
beautiful TV, and then this year we've got that Traeger grill. I mean, that's a $700 grill. So yeah, we, you know, I mean, even if you drop $100 or $200 on the putts, you know, it's a bargain. It's worth it.
I don't know if I have the energy to putt that many times.
Yeah. Is it a smooth thing? Like you can putt it, or do you have to chip it? I mean,
no, it's a putt.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah. It's
It's just a really long putt.
Yeah.
And you usually got a nice turn to it. So you got to, I mean, it's
the good thing is you get to watch all those people before you do it. So I mean, so you can see.
So if you qualify for the last round, everybody has, all the players or the participants have to turn their backs so they can't see. And so in the championship round, it's only one shot. So you can spend as much as you want to get there. You know, and if you sink both after 2 tries or something like that, boom, you're in the championship round. You don't have to play anymore. And then however many participants we have in the championship round, like I said, they all have to turn their backs. And, you know, say Kyle's in there and he goes up. Okay, Kyle's first. He goes up, makes, you know, does his putt. They mark it or measure it out and see how far it was. And then, you know, I'll get up and I'll do my putt. And if I sink it, you know, I haven't necessarily won, because if we have multiple people sink it, then you have to have a playoff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, it can get pretty heated, pretty intense, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, you have to do it blind. But a lot of people, you know, because you've also played all day on that green, you know, at least twice. So you'll know that green fairly well. And most people know that green pretty decently, but it's huge. 50 feet is a long way for a putt.
So then is the championship round, is that the same length or is it a little shorter?
It's in a completely different place. It's on a completely different green.
Ah.
The qualifying round is on the putting practice green,
Okay.
And then for the championship round, they move it to what, 18, Pat? Or no, 11, 10? Am I
Yeah,
even
one of
close?
those.
One of them. I don't remember.
Got
One
it.
of them.
Yeah. So then, yeah.
It's close.
So then the championship is more like just a regular long putt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the qualifying ones, like Kyle said, they're on the putting green, and the first one's like 10 feet, the second one's like 15 or 20 feet or something like that, and they're relatively easy, pretty run of the mill putts. And then that championship one, one off 50 foot and 50, like I said, 50 feet is a long way. So, and it's hard to really judge because you don't want to overdo it, but at the same time you don't want to underdo it, and so it's interesting to kind of see people calculate through it and that kind of stuff.
I can imagine so. Well, cool. So this is September the 11th.
Yep.
At La Grande Country Club. Starts at what time if people just want to show up?
Check in at 8:00. Play starts at 9.
Okay.
And we'll probably go till about 2:30 or so. And if you want to join the team, click, either go to the link below or type in grh.org/golf into your browser. Real easy sign up. If you don't want to sign up, but you just want to do the auction or raffle, by the way, tons of cool auction items out there. Sports memorabilia, local trips, rounds of golf, all kinds of cool stuff out there. And then the raffle is for a $500 voucher to a trip of your choice. So anywhere, anything, anytime. So, even if you're not comfortable traveling right now, you can save it for later. And it's through Find Your Why Travel or Allegre Travel, formerly called Allegre Travel. And, they donated that to us and you can use that for anything. So if you're planning on going on a trip to Europe in 2022 or 2023, you can put that $500 towards that. If you want to just take a nice vacation to the coast, you can use that. There's no restrictions, no blackouts, no anything else like that. $500 to use any way you want. And that's through our raffle. And the raffle tickets are $10 each, also available on that website. So just go to that website. There's links you can click to on there that'll take you to registration or to the auction and raffle. Really easy to do. Or let me know if you have any questions.
All righty. All right.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, Patrick. Appreciate you coming on and letting us help you promote this today. And
yeah.
Yep. All righty. We'll be talking soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah, go support that. The hospital is a key part of our community. I mean, everybody's going to need the hospital at one time or another, or a family member. So we may as well support the stuff that they're doing.
Well, and let me just speak about the foundation for just a minute, because it took me. I mean, I've done several video projects for them. It took me a while to kind of get my head around what exactly the foundation is for, and I mean, there's, like Patrick said, the money that people give kind of helps, the hospital might need an x-ray machine, or they might need a machine whatsoever, some kind of, I mean, they've determined their needs, and those needs are based upon the needs of their patients and so on and so forth. But sometimes the money that is given will help them get a little better version of that x-ray machine or whatever it might be. But also it's if you look at the history of it and what the foundation, the bottom line is that it gives people, let's say that you're retiring, you have funds, you're giving to foundations, you're giving to your alma mater, you have money that you are giving to people or organizations, and the foundation is just it's a pathway for you to give to something that you believe in the same way that if you believe in your alma mater and you really want to support that school, the foundation is that. So it's hopefully our local people support our local hospital. When you have a surgery or you have a need, you go there. It's no different than shopping local if you go to a local grocery store or whatever the case might be. But for some people, it's like, I mean, if you're in your retirement age and you're healthy and you go to the hospital and you support them, then you're doing what you can. Well, the foundation gives you an avenue to give more. And
it's probably a tax write-off too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
So that's the point. The point is that it's an avenue for people to give to something that they believe in and support. And I tell you, when you get to you know, when you start mixing with the people that believe in the foundation and that give regularly, you know, these are pillar people of the community that have been in the community for 30 or 40 years, and they've built businesses and retired, and they support it. And anyhow, it's a great organization, and it's something that we can do to keep the hospital healthy, financially healthy right here. Yeah.
Not to mention the golf tournament's fun. It is. It's well put together. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
All righty, man. Hey, give us the list.
Let's do it. On this day in 1789, the U.S. Treasury Department was established. 1789, on this day, September 2nd. 1901, Teddy Roosevelt, who was the vice president at the time, delivered his famous speech where he said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." And that was at the Minnesota State Fair, 1901. That was a long time ago. 1985, it was announced that the Titanic had been found on September 1st, the day before. So,
Wow.
But it didn't come out to the public, but it was a French expedition, and it had been missing for 73 years at that time.
Wow.
1992, the U.S. and Russia agreed to a joint venture to build the joint space station. 1992. 1992. There wasn't really much after that, so we'll just go straight to the number one song in 2001.
Everything
on this day.
I do. Oh,
It
what?
was "I'm Real" by J-Lo. Can you believe she still looks the same today?
She does.
20
I
years
know.
later. And then my quote for the day is, let's go with Eleanor Roosevelt. "Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people."
Mm.
So great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. That's a great quote.
That's a good word for social media right now these days. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
It kind of clicked. Like I was like, oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. You know, I'll comment
Leave
later.
it at
Yeah.
that. Drop it.
Boom. All righty. Hey, thanks, Eastern Oregon, for tuning in.
Sports
Appreciate
show
it.
tonight. Tim Camp, Kai, quarterback, QB1.
Cool. That's cool.
Yep.
All righty. See you
Wow.
soon.